Welcome back to more Paper Mario, the one and only bonus video of this series, so let's go ahead and do this. This is going to be Chuck Quizmo, of course. We have about 50 more questions to go. Quite a lot, but it's going to be all in one montage. Here we go. Where does Merrily, who tells fortunes about special things, live? That would be Shooting Star Summit? Yes. Now, it's post-commentary, because this video has some ridiculously crazy editing, I must say. Oh my god. It's crazy. I made like, what, 20, actually like 30 cuts? That's unbelievable. But anyway, here's a trick to get Chuck Quizmo to appear very quickly. Simply exit Goomba Village, enter Koopa Village via the pipes, then exit back out. You can just stay on the pipe and then jump and stay on the pipe. You don't have to do what I did there to get out of the pipe. No. And then go back in Goomba Village, and he will always, actually not always, he will be there about 90% of the time. If he's not, simply zone out into the left side where Mario landed first when he got killed by Bowser. Go there first. And keep going, keep doing it back and forth until he appears there. And yeah, he will appear in this place. Always. Eventually. It is a very good strategy, and actually it's very convenient because 50 questions to go, it would take like, what, 2 hours of recording to actually do that, to try and find them. Of course I would be cutting it, but for me, I'm saying it would be so much harder. I learned about that trick through a forum online. I forgot what it was, the website, but you know, it's a very helpful one. It was a very helpful tip. Of course, there were a few comments that said this doesn't work for me, but I think it was because they weren't zoning out into the place where Mario landed, because it did happen to me a few times in this while I was recording this. I had to go back and like zone out, zone in, zone out, zone in like 7 times in a row sometimes. But it was rare. Usually he did appear there every single time as soon as you just, go into Koopa Village and then, go back out to Koopa Village. And yeah. So if you couldn't already tell, I'm just cutting here, question by question every single time. Name of the Elder. Oh god, a freaking annoying Koopa Koop, man. That's ridiculous. That dude. That's crazy. Oh yeah, by the way, I am in the process of getting a new microphone. Finally, a brand new microphone, because this microphone sucks now. If you haven't already been able to tell, and you can leave a comment if you want, if you have seen this, but if you watch videos of me talking like about 5 or 6 months ago, like using this, like recordings and Let's Plays, and then compare that to what's been happening in the past month or two, you will have probably noticed that sometimes my microphone tends to bleed in these last recent weeks or months. Because if I talk a bit too high sometimes, it can actually hurt your guys' ears, I've noticed. And that's an issue with the microphone. It's just because it's old. It's been about, 2 years old, and it's a blue snowball, which is not too great, but I'm going to be upgrading to something very soon. And actually, you guys are going to be knowing, well, on the unboxing video, because yes, I will be doing an unboxing video for that, just because everybody loves watching unboxing videos. It's so fun, right? Even I like watching them, from other people. It's fun. Who sells badges in Toad? That would be Ralph. Every time I say Ralph, sometimes it sounds like Ralph. Like, Ralph, like Ralph's, the store, Ralph. But it's Ralph. I don't know, it's one of those words that I can't really distinguish that well, Ralph, Ralph. It's a very small difference. Bowser stole the Star Rod? Yes, it's Twink. Oh my god. Yeah, he went to Starman to steal Twink, the little star kid. Oh my god. I mean, if you actually pay attention to this, usually, okay, from the 3 answers, there's always a stupid answer, and there's always 2 that can be, that can probably be a bit tricky. Some are completely hard, like this one, red, yellow, blue. If you don't pay attention to, the Koopa Village surroundings, you could actually get that one wrong, because all 3 options seem, pretty, like, how should I say, like, they'll pass, and you could actually fall for it. But most questions have 2 stupid ones, like this one. It's either Mario or Colorado. People would say, oh, you might idolize Mario. Koopa Koot? Hell no. Are you kidding me? That's the stupid answer. So it's either Colorado or Mario, but it's actually Colorado, not Mario. He said that throughout the game. And yeah, let's do this one now. Okay. Specializing. Okay, so this one would be either fortune telling or casting spells. Cooking. Everybody knows that though that Merlin family does not cook, it's tasty. You could get confused from fortune telling or, spells. And yeah, it's like I keep saying, every single question is kind of like that. There's a few that are just downright hard. This one, I mean, that's questionable. Mummy Man, because the word mummy is there in Pokemon, people would say, oh, it's either Mummy Man or Pokemon, but Mummy Man is in a way, kind of stupid because it doesn't even exist. But Mustafa can also be stupid because, well, he's I was gonna say protagonist, a good guy. And this one, star pieces, cards, really? Either coins or badges, would be the hard ones. Cards. What the hell? There's no cards in this game. 125. Yep. We are making some progress, you know, but this entire video took about, I want to say, how many minutes? I think it was about 55 minutes to record, almost an hour. If I did not find out this trick, I would have most likely done about almost 2 hours of footage, which would have just made it much harder on me, not you guys, because you guys would have had the same, you know, the same amount of time for the video being viewed, but it was still pretty tricky to make this video. But luckily after this one, you know, it's gonna be over. I mean, thank God, because that's just, like, this series. I mean, even though I love Paper Mario, it's like, this always happens, you know, when, like, for any Let's Player who's watching this, or if you plan on doing it, you will know that whenever you start a new Let's Play, you know, part 1, part 2, even until, like, part 10, like, you're pumped. You're like, oh, hell yeah, you know, new series, I'm so pumped, I want to play this game, you know, and do everything there is in the game. And then by the time you get to the halfway point, you're like, oh my god, can I just beat the final boss already? And then after you reach, like, maybe 80% of the game, 90% when you're approaching the final boss, you're like, oh shoot, but I still have all those side quests that are going to take like 5 videos long, and then post-game stuff that are going to take even longer, and then you end up not doing everything completely, like 100%. That's happened to me a few times, especially with like Pokemon Colosseum. That game, I beat it, and then I never came back to the series, and I never actually did, you know, all the bonus stuff until just now, just recently, this month. It took about 1 year and 2 months or so to actually come back to the game. There's been other ones where I've taken a few months to come back, but usually, I mean, I do try hard to get them out right away, such as this one, this bonus video, but it was probably only because it was one bonus video. If it was like 5 post-game bonus videos, I would be like, I don't know. I really don't know. But yeah, what else is there to say? Well, the problem is that I'm already running out of things to say, and that's not really good for a Let's Play. It's not, I know I keep saying that, but, I mean, big golden rule, when you can't think of anything to say, just say anything, even if that is that you can't think of anything to say, which is kind of what I'm saying right now. Yeah, I actually learned all those tips from, like, the Nintendo Let's Players, like, you know, Nintendo Capri Sun, and a few other ones. Josh Jepson, and yeah, like, you know, those guys are always like, yeah, you know, that's how you LP, which, I mean, people could disagree with, you know, of course there will always be a debate as to what the hell you should be doing to make a good Let's Play or not, and I am still, of course, improving. I don't consider myself a great one. I want to consider myself at least above average, you know, but even that could be questionable because it always depends on the opinions of, you know, the viewers, you guys. Which is why I always say, you know, always try to comment as much as you can, just to help me out, you know. If you didn't like something, you know, go ahead and criticize it. Constructive criticism is not a bad thing, it's a good thing sometimes. Usually it is. Which is why I say, you know, please comment. If you don't like something, tell me what you didn't like, and try to suggest how I should fix it. Or just suggest other stuff, you know, games I should do, types of videos I should do, although some types of videos that I've had, like, requests on there, oh my god. I'm like, even though that seems like a pretty good idea, that's just not that's just not my genre of my channel. Like, some people have been telling me to do music videos of certain things. I'm like, what? Really, like, what? And then other people have been telling me to, like, I mean, okay, how should I even explain this? Because that's crazy. Basically, people have been telling me to kind of combine, like, tutorial videos with, okay, just think of tutorial videos, which I've done, especially in the beginning. Like, I did an iMovie tutorial, Acorn 4 tutorial, but aside from that, I haven't really done tutorials of new programs, so I should probably be doing that. I don't know. But yeah, that one really isn't a crazy request. The crazy ones were the ones that I just told you about, like, music videos. Like, what? I mean, first of all, if you want to be legit in YouTube with music, you have to obtain the licenses of these songs that you do, you know? And, like, a lot of licenses, not just like the initial license, but you need like a syncing license and all that stuff. It is a hassle, and I mean, I give props to anybody on YouTube who just does covers, you know, and makes stuff for a living here on YouTube, because it's a hell of a lot of work to obtain the licenses. With video games, it's not so difficult in terms of, you know, knowing what to do and what to not. Sure, you get random content ID matches, you know, and then some videos you don't get any revenue, but in general, you are able to monetize almost every single video. There are exceptions, like, you know, a lot of the newer Nintendo games for the Wii and Wii U, they usually have content ID for them, which means that, well, it's going to be a copyright claim and you can't monetize videos. There are others that have had issues in the past, but as far as video games go, more and more developers are being more open about that and saying, okay, you know what, it's free advertising for me. Like, basically, here's the thing about the debate. Some people say that Let's Plays should just be a hobby, you know? It should not be, you know, full-time jobs for people that actually do it. I mean, first of all, there's a hell of a lot of work to do for a big channel of Let's Playing, even though some people don't realize it and they just assume that, oh, it's so freaking easy. It's not the hardest job in the world, I understand that, but it's not a quote, easy job. It's not. I mean, I can understand, like, because I'm looking at what I do, and I'm counting how many hours I actually work on my channel, like a week, and I know that the bigger channels do even more work, and I'm like, wow, like, that's pretty unbelievable. It's hard to maintain another full-time job and try to make this a working hours a full-time job. It's hard to do both. But anyway, the debate, yeah. Some people basically say that, well, if you put videos of video games out there, you are hurting the developers. Because people are going to, on YouTube, watching the entire game series, and then they're like, well, now that I saw the entire game, I don't need to buy it anymore, so I'm not going to support the developer anymore. However, there are other people who probably want to buy the game but want to check out some content on it first, like, you know, of some videos on it, or maybe people haven't ever even heard of the game, but they were subscribed to your channel, and then you put the video on there and like, whoa, this game looks cool, I need to buy it. Like, for example, this game, Paper Mario. If we do it like mathematically and take a look at, you know, how many of you guys who watch these videos, which is not a lot of people, I understand, there's some of my series have been more popular with thousands of views each, others not so much. But let's take this one because, you know, we're playing this game at the moment. But if all of you guys who are watching it watch this video, or just random videos of this game, how many of you guys are going to be like, well, I was considering buying this game, but now that I saw your playthrough, Shiny, now that I saw it, I'm not going to buy it anymore. Okay, how many people are in that position? And yes, you can still buy this game, you know, from the virtual console, so, yeah. Now, how many people are on the other side of it that were like, I've heard of this game, Paper Mario, but I wasn't sure, but now that I saw some videos of your game, of this game here, Shiny, you kind of, you know, persuaded me to buy it, to give it a shot. And then there's also people that are like, well, I was subscribed to your channel because of other games like maybe Summoner's War, but I tried to check this game out, you know, Paper Mario. Never heard of it. I mean, how the hell can you not hear Paper Mario? But whatever, let's just say, yeah. Never heard of it, but because I was subscribed to your channel and I like this, you know, random video of a game I never heard, I saw it, you convinced me to buy it. In those two situations, the two, you know, the two latter ones, you could say that I helped out Nintendo. You know, because I just made people probably buy the game, whether they were considering buying it, but then they saw my playthrough and they're like, I need to buy it. Or whether they were somebody who had never heard of the game, and they saw some videos and they're like, whoa, I need to buy this game. How many people were in those categories, and how many people were in the first one that were like, I was gonna buy this game, but now that I saw your playthrough, well, I know everything about the game, so I don't need to buy it anymore. So, the debate is, well, you know, which one has more people, which side has more. If you have more people on the free advertising side, in which case I made them buy the game, convinced them, then people will say, well, it's actually, Let's Plays are actually helping video game developers. But if it's more people on the first option, people will say, well, Let's Plays are actually hurting the developers. Which side has more people? Like, you know? So, am I making them more sales, or am I taking sales away from them? That's the main argument. People say, well, if it's decide you gotta do this, you know, to approach this situation. If not, then that, you know, then it's crazy. It is, but like I said, I think the statistics are showing that Let's Plays are actually helping developers. There are a lot of people actually giving free games, like free copies of games, to the big name LPers, because they understand it. They get that you're advertising their game for them, and they're not paying you a single thing to advertise, so it's free advertising. On top of that, you know, a lot of developers have become more lenient. They're like, oh yeah, do some games on our channel. I mean, do some games on your channel, sorry, about our game. So, I think because of all those things that the developers are seeing, I think it's because they're starting to realize that Let's Plays are actually beneficial for them. But the entire topic of this was, you know, versus like a music channel, because for a music channel, well, it's very different. People can go on YouTube and just listen to a song, and then, well, anytime they want to listen to the song, they can just go on there and listen to it, you know? And instead of buying it, although people, of course, pirate music all the time now from other places, which I'm not going to say, because, you know, I cannot condone that. I cannot. Even though I'm sure all of us have done it at one point or another. But anyway, that's a different story. I am almost done with this. It is question what? Oh yeah, the last one. In the last one, he does say something unique before and after the question. A final star piece for you. Thanks for playing. You've managed to correctly answer all 64 questions. Incredible! Never in all my years did I think I'd find someone who had all the answers. This is truly a momentous... Yep. So, now he's gonna retire as a quizmaster. Oh god. Okay then. You flatter me. Perhaps our paths will cross again someday. Did they? Or did they not in future Paper Mario games? Actually, I don't know. Because the only ones that I know would be Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. Really well. I don't know Super Paper Mario and Paper Mario Sticker Star that well. Anyway, now that I got all the star pieces in the game, I simply came back here, you know, I made a cut, and buy the last 3 badges of the game. Badge number 78, this one right here is badge number 79, HP Drain, and then badge number 80, the Flower Saver badge, the second Flower Saver badge, so that's it. Yep, we got every single super block, every single badge, every single star piece in the game. Which means, well, 100% run. We also did, you know, like all the dojo stuff. We did every other side quest pretty much. So, that's it. 80 badges. So now this game will officially get the brackets complete on it, which means that it is officially over. No more videos will go on this channel. I mean, channel. No, sorry to scare you guys. I don't know why I said channel. I was gonna say something about channel, but no. No more videos will go on this playlist. But this channel will continue to upload different games. So, hopefully you enjoyed this game. I will be doing the 1,000 Year Door eventually. Also, if you guys keep requesting it even more, I will of course be doing it probably sooner. You know, it depends on how much you request it. If you really want to see it, leave a comment. Anyway, thank you for watching. Goodbye everybody, and as always, until next time.